Hello and hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to think of how to start this.
Say welcome.
Welcome, everyone. If you are listening here to us, we welcome you. I am Rebecca, and this is the Reddit Randos podcast. So, sitting here with me is my husband, Justin.
Hi.
He is my special guest for today.
I am very special.
I don't really know if you're that special. I shouldn't have said that, but you're here, and that's what is most important.
Of course, I'm the most important.
So with this podcast that we are starting, or that I'm starting, we are basically just going to react to an insanely amount of random Reddit stories of the internet. I'm gonna go over so many different types of subreddits, from like Am I the A-hole to maybe creepy stories of Let's Not Meet. We're gonna go over so many different unexpected stories and outcomes to certain things. So we're gonna be all over the place, and I'm gonna bring on special guests every now and then to just go over and react with these stories with me. So I hope you enjoy this. Sit back, relax, and should we get started?
Yeah.
Okay, so Justin is a gamer. He's been a gamer for a long time.
The best.
Yes, over half his life he's been a gamer. So when I asked him what theme we should have for this podcast, he was like, we should do a gaming one. But I will warn you, when I was looking up ones, Reddit is not the nicest with gamers. So
It's okay. People don't understand them.
no. So, well, I was probably one of those people, like I played every now and then, but I was very more a story mode person who liked the ones that you could save and just go back to later as a little, just casual playing and nothing too intense. So.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, yeah. But, yeah, when we were first married, I was not the happiest with you. But I think I was just learning how you were trying to let some steam out after a full day of work.
Everyone else has their own leisure activities.
I mean, I should be grateful you're not out there partying.
No. Not partying. My partying consists of, I want a soda. And yeah, that's about it.
Your super juice that you call it.
Super juice. Super juice.
This is not alcohol. It's just literally soda.
But it gives you superpowers.
It gives you superpowers. And the color is orange, which is his favorite.
Yes, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Orange is the color of superheroes.
So, okay. So the first one I have is... let's not go with that one. This one I thought was kind of funny. It's a short one. But it's, am I the a-hole for reporting my friend who hacks in a game?
Yep. Well, no. Depends who it is. I report friends just for fun. Some days it makes it better.
Yeah. So basically it says, me and my friend and were playing video games one day, and he was using hacks to win every game, and he brags about it. I'm fine with it, especially because he's on my team, so we always win. Anyway, we were playing, and I jokingly reported him to see what would happen. I never thought they would ban him, but they did. He told me what happened, and because I'm dumb, I told him I was the one who reported him. Anyway...
I guarantee that's not true. I guarantee other people's reported him.
I bet they have if
It's like a 99% chance.
I bet they have.
Guarantee it.
Anyway, now he's not talking to me anymore. I know you can make a new account, but he's bought stuff worth a few $100s on this one and is a very high level. Am I the a-hole?
No, your friend's a big sissy, big crybaby.
I mean, if you're gonna hack, it's bound to happen if you're hacking.
You report friends for fun, especially when they start gloating about it. Then you report them, teach them a lesson. And if your friend is so smart at hacking, then you just go get a new one. Go make a new account. That's how it's done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking you're hacking. Whether it helps you or a friend or not, you're going to have to realize that someone's going to catch on sometime.
Well, no, done. Today's technology in today's age, everyone's going to see it.
Everyone's going to see
it. It's okay. Guarantee he wasn't the only reporter.
Yeah. I think the top comment was, everyone sucks here. Your friend shouldn't be hacking. It's fine for you. But what about the other team? Constantly losing from hacking isn't fun.
No one cares about the other team.
And you're just an idiot. What did you think would happen if you reported him? Yeah, that is true. What did he think would happen?
I reported my friends too. One time they got chat banned. It's okay.
I do remember you saying you banned them for fun. And
yes.
I was...
Yes, I banned him for fun, and I don't regret it. And I told him to suck it up. He can play again. He could talk 3 days later.
I was just saying...
End of the world.
Well, okay, can they ban you, like, can they make it bad enough that they ban you, that you can't use that account, or is that kind of like an old thing?
There's different kinds of bans.
Like, this was 5 years ago made, this post.
Depends. They can ban your profile permanently, then they can ban the chat so you can't talk. A lot of people get a lot of timeouts for those now.
Okay, so is it like a warning for some of the things?
It depends on what the ban was. But
could be over anything.
Most likely, if he's hacking anyways, and he's cheating...
They probably got enough reports on him.
Who cares? You just make a new account. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, if you're going to hack and you put that much money's worth in an account...
I guarantee other people reported him.
Probably. To ban him from his own account, probably.
Yes, and if not, he'll live. And go play again.
Okay, so...
Always report friends. It's good for the friendship.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the one I was telling you about that you're going to think is fun. And you're going to have to guess what game it is.
I don't know. I like banning.
No. This one's pretty funny. So am I the a-hole for lying to my girlfriend in a video game about lying?
Nope.
No. What do you think it is?
Lying in the video game?
So lying to my girlfriend in the video game about lying. So this video game is about lying.
Is it popular?
Yeah, it's popular. You'll know it.
Lying about the video.
It's a video. Yeah, it's Among Us.
Among Us?
Yeah.
No, that's not lying. You have to lie.
I'll have to read the story to get the reason why behind it.
I can already guess what the reason why.
But it's literally, I think, if someone else was reading this and they guessed Among Us, and I'm like, yeah, you would too.
He was the guy that was the killer.
No.
She was the killer.
So, okay, so this is a situation that I'm quite surprised to find myself in. I would say it's actually a bit ridiculous if I wasn't stuck in the middle of it. A bit of background. My girlfriend, who's female 25, and I, male 27, have been together for about 8 months. Before our relationship, my girlfriend spent nearly 2 years in a relationship with an absolute a-hole. Not only did he... Stop it. Not only did he spend the entire time cheating on her, he also constantly gaslit her. Everything was her fault no matter what. I wish I had the space to describe just how effing awful this man was to her. We met about 6 months after she finally escaped from that relationship, which, I'm sorry, just to say really quick.
Escaped?
That is really soon to be back in a relationship after it was that intense, like bad for her.
Well, it sounds like she has identity problems anyway.
If she can't go without being in a relationship, that's
she needs a relationship. So
yeah, that's from going one from another. That just tells her she needs to be in a relationship. I feel bad. She needs to find herself.
I don't know if I feel bad, but sure.
Whatever. Okay, so from the beginning, she has made it clear to me that any dishonesty is unacceptable to her from anyone she is dating, even white lies. I bring this up as it's pretty relevant to what this post is about. I was playing Among Us yesterday with a group of friends when she came over. She watched me play for a bit before I offered her a try herself. I offered her to try herself as she had already done a bit of gaming with my group. She really got into it. She really enjoyed it. She pulled out my laptop. So I pulled out my laptop and I created a Steam account for her and bought her the game so we could play it together. For those who don't know, Among Us is a social deduction game where a group of players try to figure out who is the imposters before the imposters succeed in killing them all. The imposters generally have to be good at lying to win. I'm sure you can see where this is going.
Sounds like he's the best.
He must be good if he's playing a lot with his friends, or they just have fun, like you have before. So you guys were obsessed with that game for a while.
I didn't lie.
Yes, you did.
I just didn't tell him the truth.
Which is literally the definition of lying.
Whatever.
Girlfriend gets up and says she has to leave. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I skipped a section. Whoopsies. Second game in, I am the imposter and I kill somebody right as someone else walks into the room. They report the body. Now there's only me, the guy who saw me, and my girlfriend left.
Did it.
He accuses me of being the imposter, and I accuse him. My girlfriend is the deciding vote. She doesn't know what to do. I swear I'm not lying. So she votes for the other guy, and I win the game. Girlfriend, and of course she'll find out. So girlfriend gets up and says she has to leave. I tried texting her a few times, but she ignores me. I finally hear from her this morning where she sends me a text saying that she feels like she can no longer trust me. It not only bothers her that I swore I wasn't lying to her when I was, it also really bothered her that she wasn't able to tell I was lying even though we were in the same room together and she could see my face.
Personal problems.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of lying, that you're trying to make them believe you.
It's just a game.
Yes. But she understands that lying was part of the game, but she wanted to believe that if I swore something was true, she could believe it no matter what. Now she can't. She needs time to think about what this means for our relationship. I got very defensive at this point and told her I couldn't believe she was making a big deal out of a stupid game. I haven't heard back from her since. Am I the a-hole? I don't think I am, but I am regretting ever buying her the game.
Sounds like there's more to think about than just stupid video game. Run away. Get away.
Yeah.
It's a video game.
It's a
You're
video
supposed
game.
to be playing.
But I mean, okay, if you dated someone who had intense trust issues, obviously that is something in itself that you would have, that girlfriend needs to work with on her own and not with a new relationship right away. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, I would have just gone and said, oh, I'm the imposter, but we're trying to lie here.
I would tell someone, if you can't handle lying, you can't handle a game that's supposed to be lying, then they don't play.
I'm hoping he explained that to her from the beginning, saying, hey, this game is about...
It was their second game. You get it after the first game.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
It is silly.
Girl is 25. He is 27.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's a simple game. It's a game you're supposed to lie and have fun. You don't take it serious like that. Sounds like she's got other problems. And if I was
she does, because she's got
if I was
issues,
that guy, I'd run.
She's got trust issues.
Yeah, well, I'd have,
But obviously, I wouldn't have thrown it all away over a video game. I feel like he should have been like, hey, I'm sorry.
He doesn't need to apologize. There's nothing wrong.
I feel when he realized how much it affected her, that this whole point. At this point,
it's a game.
You need to just sit down and be like, hey, I'm sorry. That was the point of the game. If you don't like this game,
knew it was part of the game.
Okay, but then that's when they should have sat down saying, there's no way I don't want to play this game with you anymore if it's gonna cause problems.
She needs to grow up and get over it. That's what it is.
You can't just tell that with everyone that has problems in their past.
You don't go and play something that you already have a problem with. A drunk doesn't go to a bar and go, oh, the bar got me drunk. The bar's on this street I'm by.
That is very true. He should have known from the beginning not to have her play that game.
It's not him, it's her.
Well, her too. She should have realized, I'm not if this is about lying.
Who had the problem, him or her?
She did.
She did. So who needs to deal with it?
But he knows the game.
She's 25. She knows the game.
Yes.
This was their second game. Game number 2.
I still didn't truly understand what you had to do for Among Us in the whole game. You're learning other things you had to do with it.
When you die, you watch it. Yes. You know exactly what's going on.
Maybe she didn't die in the first one. Maybe she survived.
I'm pretty sure the game tells you the rules, too. It's right there. I mean, it's pretty common sense.
Okay, I didn't read the rules when I first. I mean,
So whose fault is that?
you told me. That's
You
literally what
didn't
was going
read
off you telling me.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We have to go do a task. Someone dies, and we find the
Yeah,
imposter.
task. That is so common when you're like, you have to do task, but you're in there wandering like, what
Yes.
task? It doesn't literally
Yes.
put an arrow down saying, hey, go to this area. This is your task.
Who had the problem?
Okay.
Who had
We're going
the
on about
problem?
Among Us, but
Who had
the
the
girlfriend
problem?
had the problem.
Yes.
And when
There's
he
the-
explained it to her,
Yes, so-
she
so
should
he
have
told her.
realized that she shouldn't play that game yet because it was too much for her.
So he
If it,
doesn't need to apologize.
but I honestly, if he doesn't apologize, that's fine but
Yeah.
he kind of got in a defensive mode, which probably would have ticked her off.
when
And in that
when
case,
someone's acting like a kid and trying to make a big deal about something that shouldn't be made a big deal, yeah, you get defensive. Whoa, calm down,
I'm just
Sparky,
saying,
calm down.
he might have overreacted. She overreacted about
there's no money. She
lying
did.
in a video game that was about that.
Well, there's no money.
He
She
overreacted then with saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going all over this with the." Honestly, they both just need to like. We can't play this game together right
No,
now.
she can't play that game. He can play the game.
No, I'm saying they
She
can't play it together. He can play it all he wants.
No, she needs to
can
grow
do
up.
it too on her own, so she's not around him. But they can't play it together if they're gonna sit right next to each other. And she literally asks him, "Hey, are you the imposter?" And he says,
cares?
"No."
Who cares?
No,
She's
I just-
probably a kid that her
until
dad
she
let her
can-
win
until she
everything or
can
something.
Get over this trust issue, especially over a
got
little white lie.
Tricked.
Oh my word. Okay. Anyways,
Whatever.
we
I
got
don't
the
feel sorry
answer.
for her.
Okay, whatever. There's an update on this, so we're not getting
He
too
left her?
heated.
Did he
no,
leave her?
No, why?
she-
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, it's been a long time since I posted that original thread. I actually forgot about it until a few days ago. Of course, this was like 2 years ago. But first off, my girlfriend and I are still together. We have since moved in together.
Terrible.
Oh my word. So when I posted my original Am I the A-hole thread, the consensus seemed to be not the a-hole. But looking back on it, I think even I was writing that out, that I was kind of an a-hole for what happened. I remember reading some of the replies regarding my girlfriend and how she needs to get over herself. That is
She does. She does.
that is your aspect, basically. And just becoming more and more angry at those comments. It was at that point when I was getting angry and wanting to defend her that I realized that, yeah, I was kind of an a-hole. I shouldn't have looked into her eyes while I swore I wasn't lying. And I shouldn't have become overly defensive and minimized her feelings by saying it was only a game. Oh my gosh, Justin. How are we together? You are such a jerk sometimes. Oh my goodness. Okay. I gave it a day or two before I was going to send an apology, but she contacted me first to apologize for her behavior. I told her she had nothing to apologize for, and that I completely understood that I was sorry for how I reacted. Then there was a lot of both of us apologizing and trying to place all the blame on ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
She had gone over to stay at her sister's place after that happened. After what happened. At first, apparently my girlfriend wouldn't really explain what happened to her besides that I lied to her face. But after a day or so, she finally explained the event. And then her sister actually defended me, saying that this would be a really stupid reason to end what seemed like a good relationship. This surprised me since I didn't actually think she liked me, the sister, liking him. It was after this talk with her sister that my girlfriend called me. We met up, and after talking, it was obvious to both of us that she still has a lot of issues
Sounds like you should date the
from her
sister, not
a-hole
her.
ex that she needs to work through, and that we might have gotten together too soon. And that's what we were saying.
That's what you said.
That's what I said. But we both really like each other, and we didn't want to end the relationship, so we decided to stay together and try to work things out.
Play more Among Us?
I guess move in together from what he said earlier. So,
stupid.
Which was not the direction you would think, but she started seeing a therapist, which is great. That's what we were saying. She probably needs professional help to get over those
said?
trust issues. Yes, this is what I said. This is the right way to deal with things. You can't just be oblivious to everyone's feelings.
It's not that hard. Everyone's feelings are
Okay.
always your problems. Facts.
So, she started seeing a therapist, which has done wonders. I don't think even after the event and after we made up just how much damage her a-hole ex did to her. I swear sometimes I wish I could find that guy alone in a dark alley sometime. Oh my word. I am so glad that our friendship
and beat him in Among Us.
I'm so glad that our relationship survived that. She makes me happier than anyone else I've ever met. I couldn't imagine my life without her. And hey, last month we actually played Among Us again.
Maybe you ought to marry her then.
It was her idea since I haven't played it at all since what happened. We had a lot of fun together, although I did insist we play in different rooms, and I definitely stayed away from saying I swear, which she told me she found kind of cute.
Oh.
Yes, very, very cute. So that was that. And I think everyone agrees that, you know, girlfriend maybe overreacted, but he could have been a little bit more, I don't know, compliant about just, hey, I'm sorry that made you feel that way. I don't know. Oh my word, I think there's an update too. This was made 11 months ago. Oh my word, okay, I didn't know this was here. So this is update 2 to him saying, am I the a-hole for lying to my girlfriend in a video game about lying? And this was, the original post was 2 years ago.
Man, he's keeping up with this.
I know, he really is keeping about this. All right, so I was thinking about this incident a few days ago and logged into this account again. There was quite a few replies since the last time I did it. So apparently this got posted on TikTok a year ago or so, and some people have found problems with how this turned out. Figured I would make an update to respond to some of the concerns. I also made the mistake of finding the video and looking at the comments. Never checked the comments. I was going to say, never check the comments. First off, and I really cannot believe I have to say this, but my girlfriend did not make up a story about me abusing her to her sister. She said I lied to her face, which is technically the truth. I have no idea why some people are trying to make this worse than what it is. Second, my girlfriend is not abusive. She did not make her problems my problems. She did not blame me for her problems. I care about her problems because...
She did say it was his fault, May.
I care about her problems because I care about her. I do not live in fear of setting her off.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's why we play separate rooms, and I never swear.
All right, so third, my girlfriend did not freak out as soon as she found out I lied to her in a game. She was in shock. She knew the game was all about lying. Oh, great. She had no problem with me lying within game. She only had a triggering event when I said, I swear I'm not lying, when looking in her eyes.
In the game?
No, I mean, I guess.
In the game.
Technically, if she wasn't in the same room with him, like if they were playing separately, she would never know.
Yes, she would, because she'd still ask, hey, are you the imposter?
Yeah, it doesn't take much
swear.
to call out into the other room.
Okay. I didn't see his eyes, so he's telling the truth.
Okay, so that's what freaked her out. Oh, also, what I did was technically cheating in the game because I used eye contact to lie more effectively when that's outside the scope of the game. Come on.
It's a stupid game.
That's where I'm like, you're just playing with your girlfriend. You're fine. Okay, so fourth, yes, I did ask, am I the a-hole, to see if, well, I was an a-hole, and then I had the temerity to that's a word you don't see very much, to disagree when they said I was in the clear. I took a good look at the people who said that and then found out I did not want to be like them. The reaction, so he does not want to be like you.
Yeah, because I'm a winner and he's the loser.
You're out there winning. Okay. I did not want to be like them. The reaction my post had garnered has done nothing to change my mind. If working things out with communication is me being a pussy, then I am perfectly fine with that.
I'm not scared of my girlfriend. No.
A lot of people are really hung up on all he did was lie in a game all about lying. He did nothing wrong. He gaslit himself into thinking he was wrong. What a pussy.
Should have dated the sister, man. Should have gone for the sister.
Besides the fact that, as previously mentioned, what I did was outside the scope of the game, what I did wrong has nothing to do with the actual lying in the game. The problem was what I said right after he or she tried to explain to me why she reacted the way she did. I immediately tried to dismiss it as it's not a big deal. Just because
it's not.
Just because something is not a big deal to me does not mean it shouldn't be a big deal to her.
Unless someone's being a crybaby over something small.
I assure you, I have my own quirks as well that are a big deal to me that wouldn't be a big deal to someone else.
And I guarantee he does.
Oh, shut up, okay? My goodness, let me read this. So, I have some quirks that I may be a big deal to me that wouldn't be a big deal to someone else, and she has always taken those to care to respect those. I should have done the same without getting defensive. She had an emotional reaction to a triggering event, and she did deserve my apology for trying to dismiss it. It's called empathy, people.
Empathy.
I know that's a difficult thing for some, but I assure you that people tend to like you more when you use it. I swear, some of you have the emotional maturity of a sack of bricks.
So talk about it online. I feel better.
As for the update,
she left him.
I'm sure, to the disappointment of many, we are still together. Quite so happily. Sad. In fact, my relationship with her is the best I've ever had. She is the most amazing person I know. As cliche as this is, she's my best friend. I'm quite convinced I want to spend the rest of my life with her.
Sure, that's why he hasn't married her yet.
Therapy has done wonders for her, and she has not had a triggering event in quite a while. We have stopped playing social deduction games, but that's only because I've gotten to the point where she is scarily good at them. Oh, okay, so it's not because of her trust issues, it's because she's good at them.
Oh, wow.
She probably lied in the beginning just so she could win over him eventually. No, I don't know.
Girlfriend doesn't have any more triggers. I don't say anything to bother her.
No. That probably is true. No marriage or children yet, but we've talked enough to know what we both want. So to all the people criticizing me for not immediately dumping her, I'm quite happy with my life. How many of you can say the same?
I can.
Oh my word, that's because you're married and I have to deal with you, I feel like.
It's good for you.
You're lucky that I'm here and I love you.
It's good for you.
Oh my word. So, okay, that's cute. I haven't heard that part yet, so no marriage though yet.
Yeah, because he really trusts her. He loves her.
Oh my word. But that's cool that, I mean, they're working things out. That was the whole reason for this, is to work things out.
Right, reason why she blew up?
Oh my word. In the end, they worked things out in the end.
I thought they worked things out after the first part.
They did, and...
So how many times they got to work it out?
Oh my word. They're just saying they're still together from all this after everyone else posting about this.
Like 27, 28.
I don't know. Okay. Okay, we're going to go to another one because this one was triggering for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Or do we need a little bit of a break?
Probably should go for a break.
Okay, we'll go for a quick break. We will be back. Okay, and we're back for some more stories. So, like I said, this podcast is themed over some video games. So, this next one is, am I the a-hole for being good at video games?
Nope.
No, I didn't think you were going to say.
I struggle with this all the time.
So, this one's just a quick one. So my partner and I recently got Nintendo Switches, and we have been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 together.
Oh.
I consider it something we could do together, as we are quite different personalities and it is hard to find common ground sometimes. Tonight, my partner flipped out at me and essentially got overly hurt with the fact that I keep winning. It's not that I set out with the intention of I'm going to destroy her competitively.
Oh, yeah.
I've just been gaming for far longer than she has. This little freak out tonight has completely ruined any chance we have enjoying gaming together. So to the point where I am seriously considering selling all of my Switch and associated gear. So for more context, we have been fighting quite a bit over the weekend. So there's that. But I'm not going to apologize for being good at something, especially when I'm not trying to be overly competitive, or at least I don't think that I am. So I guess he's saying, am I the a-hole for just being good?
Nope.
At playing video games?
Nope. Because then, like everyone says, you gotta be yourself.
Okay, when it comes to...
He doesn't win. He's not himself.
When it comes... Okay, there's a difference between, like, if you're playing as an adult against kids... versus playing with other adults.
You beat the kids so they know where they got to get to.
See, this is where I was like...
get to this level.
Let's change this around. Would you be the a-hole if you were good at playing games against your kids?
Oh, no.
And
never.
just always winning?
No, they got to learn. You got to beat... You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. That's how it goes.
So, okay. I think at times it's okay to let the kids win, but you do have a point at letting them know that not everything's going to be given to them.
Absolutely not.
You can be a little jerky about it sometimes.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You trash talk if you lose, and you get trash talk back. You just got to take it.
Word.
If you're going to dish it, you got to take it. End of story.
Okay. Just in this day and age, everyone is overly sensitive about things.
That's why I don't raise kids to be overly sensitive.
Yeah.
You got to start at the home. That's where it starts, at the home.
Yeah, okay. So, anyways,
I got to try hard.
I honestly don't think, just from reading this, I mean, you got to know your partner, I guess. You got to know your partner, what they're like. If you already know that they're probably already sensitive about things that you do better than them, then you shouldn't be playing video games with them.
Sounds like they shouldn't be playing video games.
Honestly, like if they're good at it and they're just like, I'm just good at it. Like, I'm not trying to beat you. Like, maybe... Oh, that's
even better. I'm not trying to beat you. I'm not trying to beat you at all. You just really suck. Even when I don't try.
I don't know. Like, you could still try and win, but you could be like, I'm gonna, like, oh, I slipped on something on the Mario Kart, like the bananas, and then I'll come back in, and I still win, and...
Yeah, so that way you get their hopes up, and then you dash them and bring it down, because they'll feel a lot better about that. I'm gonna win. Oh, no, he always beats me.
You know, at least they think they had a chance.
Or they go, you were just playing with me. You don't think I'm good enough if you really tried. See, no matter what, it's a lose-lose.
I mean, it is.
It's called you're just better. You're just better.
You can't be good at, you can't be just as good as your partner with everything. So just admit it that you're not that good and play something different. Honestly, that's what they should do. Instead of playing something that they should play something that they play together with. Like when you used to play, what was it with your? It was the war. It was the. I'm trying to think what it is.
What did I do?
It was the old arcade game that you guys played together on PS4.
The arcade game?
Yeah, it used to be an arcade game with the characters. With the elf and the archer.
Yeah. I don't remember what that game's called right now, but yeah.
Does it start with a G or something like that?
Oh, yeah, Gauntlet.
Gauntlet, thank you. So I remember you guys would play like different characters and would play that, and you guys would have fun with. That's you playing together, working together. That's
Unless
what they
die a lot and you're on your own. Then you're not playing together no more.
Then they know their partner's not good. So, but that is something they could do instead of Mario Kart, where they're facing each other instead, or they could play something where they're playing together.
Facing, like other NPCs.
Doesn't matter. They're playing together. They're working together.
Sometimes you just got to carry yourself. If you're playing with someone else, you got to carry them. You hurt your back.
You know what? Sometimes,
how it goes.
Sometimes the boyfriend or the girlfriend, whoever's the more better player, has to sacrifice just playing their own separate game where the partner can tag along and they are patiently waiting for them.
Yeah, they tagged along in Mario Kart. You get second, I get first.
No. But still having a game where they work together. That would be more fun, I feel like. Because then
they're not good enough to work by themselves?
One that doesn't play many video games would be fun just tagging along and playing for a little bit. And that would be their special game.
Unless the other person says, I really like Mario Kart. You really like Mario Kart. Let's play Mario Kart.
No, let's bring my niece and nephew over and you can play against them. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, make them feel better. I beat the 4-year-old.
No, I'm just saying, like, the partner who's not good at playing.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless they get beat by that nephew.
So then, that too.
That would be funny to see.
So they can feel better about themselves because they beat the little kids.
Then they're like, why can't you let me win? She's only 8.
Yeah, she's got to learn.
No. There's an edit at the end where they said, we had a really long talk and just discussed everything. Mario Kart included, doing better now, smiley face. So, looks like they just needed to sit down and talk. Like, obviously, it needs to happen with all Reddit stories and relationships.
Sounds like she's a rager. She got mad. It's not good enough.
Oh, man, she wouldn't be good at playing video games altogether with rage quitting.
Probably not.
Okay, so at this point... Oh, no, we don't want that.
But people raging is sometimes fun.
Okay, this one's a good one. There's pretty much an obvious answer that you'll get because it's an am I the a-hole, but it's kind of funny, and it's kind of a funny aspect to the whole situation. But anyways, this is, am I the a-hole for kicking my sister off the PlayStation?
No.
Okay, first up, yeah, you say no. Okay. So a little backstory. I, 16 male, got a job last summer, July 2022. I was reading that wrong. I get tips, but it's not counted as part of the salary, so it's just extra money. Yeah. Fast forward to December, I decided to use some of my savings or my saved tip money to buy a PS5. PlayStation 5. Our family has a PlayStation 4, but my brother took it to college when he went back to school, leaving me empty-handed. It's important to note that neither my parents or siblings contributed to the PS5. So it is his. Only I contributed the money to buy the PS5 and the games on it. So it is his own PlayStation.
Yeah.
Present day, my brother is home from college and brought the PS4. My younger sister, who's 14, has been playing Spider-Man on it. She recently finished and now wants to play Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I have on the PS5 and isn't on the PS4. She asked if she could use my PS5 to play it, and I agreed on the terms that if I wanted to use it, I got priority.
Seems fair.
Yep. We haven't had an issue with this until yesterday night. It was 8:15 p.m. and my sister was playing Spider-Man. I told her that I told her I was going to use it at 9 since all my friends were getting on, which seems reasonable. He's giving her a heads up.
Yeah, it's his.
Exactly. So but she said, okay. But when the 9 o'clock came, she put up a fight and refused to get off, saying that she hasn't even played for an hour and she wanted to play one more mission. We argued for 5 minutes until I threatened to stop letting her use it, to which she stopped playing and stomped out of the room. She apparently told my parents about it, which I didn't know about. The next night at 8:30, she was playing on it again, and I told her that I wanted it at 9:15. She put up a fight and then went to our parents. My mom got mad at me and told me that I needed to learn how to share. I argued with her, saying that it was my PlayStation that I bought, and that if she wanted to tell me how to use it, then she should then she should have bought the PlayStation.
What idiot.
They're saying that it was my PlayStation that I bought, and that if she wanted to use it, then she should have paid for it.
It's her house.
She didn't like that and sent me to my room and told me that until I apologized, I couldn't use my PlayStation. And now And now my sister is playing on the PlayStation. I'm sitting in my room typing this and really wondering if I did something wrong. So Reddit, am I the a-hole?
Yes.
I mean, he did pay for the PlayStation, but he is still living in his parents' house under their rules.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. That's your next problem. That if you don't want your sister playing on it, you're just going to have to learn to share or you find a plan, I guess, to share.
He was okay. Everything was okay until he told his mom and said, if you didn't like it, then you should have contributed. No. That's too far.
Yeah.
If anything, it's fine he gave her time limits. She put up a fight, said, hey, Mom, I already told her, I want it at 9:15. She said, okay. Like, this is 2-3 nights in a row, whatever. Like, yeah. I'm okay with her playing, but this is the time. Obviously, doesn't sound like he knew when she started. But even if he did, he gave her some time.
Yeah, gave her a heads up.
It is his PS5.
He went from extreme, from like 1 to 10 in the issue on how to like resolve that, basically yelling to his mom instead of like what you said, just saying, hey, she's had some time, this is my PlayStation and I get on with my friends at this time, it's only fair. And to her, he's like, well, you should have paid for it then if you really think she should play with it.
Yeah, it's not too smart to be like, you can't tell me, not when they live in your house, that doesn't work.
Okay, so there is an update.
He got banished. No.
The update is, so I guess, and I don't know if this was before or after the update, but the update, or the whole, Reddit did say he was not the a-hole. So, probably because it was just because a lot of them were saying like, not the a-hole, it's completely took place on a Tuesday evening. I posted it the next morning on Wednesday, and it is now Friday of the next week. So this is a week and a half later, basically, when this all happened, that he's posting the update.
Yep.
On the Thursday after I posted, I decided to apologize so that I could... Oh, one second. Okay, so the update says, hey everyone, I just wanted to give an update on this situation. First and foremost, I thank all of you for the support in the comments. It means a lot. Secondly, the story took place Tuesday evening. I posted it the Wednesday in the morning, just the day after. And it is now Friday of the next week. So this happened a week and a half after he posted this. On the Thursday after I posted, I decided to apologize so that I could get onto the PS5. I did what many of you suggested and put a passcode into it. An idea that many of you suggested. I also uninstalled Spider-Man Miles Morales. Oh my gosh. Okay. Later that night, when my sister went to play without asking me, she did not know the passcode. She went and whined to my parents, and they threatened to take my car away for the rest of the summer. I have a really old Hyundai, which I am making payments for all on my own, but it still works fine, and I use it to get to work, the gym, and meet up with my friends, so I gave them the passcode. She was looking all smug and started taunting me until she realized that the Spider-Man game wasn't installed. She once again whined to my parents, and I argued by saying that I had gotten a new game and I needed space for it. They surprisingly let that slide, just telling me to find space for it so my sister could play it. It was a temporary win in my eyes, as my sister couldn't use it that night. Then a couple of days went without any problem, until Saturday morning, my sister finished Spider-Man and wanted to play, or she wanted to buy God of War. I said she could, until she told me that she wanted me to buy it, since it was my PS5. I refused, as I didn't even want the game. She once again whined to my parents, and they told me that if I didn't buy it, I couldn't use the PS5 again. This time I stood my ground and took the punishment, since I didn't want to waste my money on it. Later Saturday afternoon, I was talking to my best friend, who lives like 5 minutes away. I was explaining the situation, and he said that I could keep the PlayStation there and come over and use it anytime. Another idea that many of you suggested. Great. Get everything from Reddit. He and I hang out at his house all the time, since both his parents work 9 to 5, and he has no other siblings. So I drove the PlayStation over and set it up at his house. Later that night, when my sister went to use it, she threw a tantrum as it wasn't there. My parents stormed to my room and started interrogating me. I said that I decided to lend it to my friend, a different one, so that I actually gave it to, so they wouldn't figure out I was over at his house playing it, saying that he was deciding if he wanted to get one, and since I was never able to use mine, I lent it to him. I added that I was also thinking of selling it to him, which they got very mad over. But surprisingly, they did nothing. As far as they knew, I was obeying the punishment that they gave, and I think they were starting to get tired of fighting with me. They did make sure to remind me that if it ever comes back to the house, I still couldn't play it until I got God of War. Whatever. So for the past few days, I've been hanging out with my best friend, playing video games without my little sister or parents to annoy me. But I'm sure that this isn't going to be the last update or post about them. If you've made it this far, thank you.
Sounds like they all got problems.
Yeah. Honestly, he's just going behind their backs. The sister obviously just whines to the parents, and the parents
don't parent.
Parents aren't parenting correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's just a problem for all of them. He does not like his parents.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't blame him.
No, I don't blame him either, especially if he gets in trouble for everything, which, I mean, he paid for the PS5. He doesn't want to pay for the game.
No, his parents should be telling the sister, if you want the game,
you should use your own money.
Use your own money, give it to him.
Use your allowance if they do chores or something.
Use it.
Yeah. Exactly. She should just pay for it himself. Why is the parents making a big deal of him needing to buy it for her?
Because they don't want to spend time. That's the problem.
I mean, obviously, at the end, they're just, I think they're just tired of fighting with me. Well, yeah. Obviously, the sister whines constantly. They're probably just trying to find a quick fix to everything, and that's not how the way you do it.
Nope.
This family is just a little messed up and not communicating with each other and just doing things, doing the right thing. Sharing with your siblings. Siblings need to suck it up at times, where if it's his property or his PlayStation, you let him play it. He let you play it. That's great. Respect that. Mm-hmm. And the parents, oh my word, the parents are just favoring over one child. And that's not going to make your son want to be in your house any longer, obviously, because he's going to his best friend's house all the time. So you could say goodbye to that son.
Well, sounds like I said they don't parent.
Yeah. They don't parent. They're not a parent to this.
Oh, it's a good job.
Oh. Sorry. Okay, we're going to take another quick break here, and we'll be back with another story. Okay, we are back we're going to do one more story, and then we might talk a little bit about ourselves, but let's go with one more story. And this story is, am I the a-hole for gaming for 3 days straight, but not letting my husband do the same?
What?
Am I the a-hole for gaming for 3 days straight, but not letting my husband do the same?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to see. So this is a throwaway, so this isn't linked to my main account. And you always know, throwaways are probably the best stories because they don't want to be known out there by the people that already also look at Reddit. So, I, 31 female, and my husband, Jay, 32 male, have been married for 7 years. We have 2 kids, 5 female and 1-year-old male. Jay and I are both big gamers. We also both have good jobs and get decent fun money each month. I usually split my fun money between all my hobbies, but Jay spends most of his on games.
That's a hobby.
Yes. He typically buys every game that interests him on release day and loves collecting trophies. I, however, tend to play the same few games over and over, and if I do play a new game, I'll pick and choose which new game I'm most interested in and wait for it to go on sale. So my favorite game of all time is, can you guess? It's
The Legend of Zelda.
No, it's mentioned in another one, and it's your favorite superhero.
The Spider-Man.
Yep. My favorite game of all time is Spider-Man. It came out a couple of weeks after I had my daughter, and I became obsessed while I was on maternity leave. I've played the game. It's a very good game. It is a good game. I haven't even played it. I've just watched you play it, and it looks like fun. I've played the games for hundreds of hours and replayed the story at least 8 times. So I'm sure many of you know Spider-Man 2 came out a little over a month ago. I've been waiting a very long time for when it was released. A month before, I told Jay that I'd like to take that Friday through Sunday completely off so I can hopefully 100% the game that weekend. He agreed. I asked off work and made arrangements for the weekend, buying pre-made dinners so that he wouldn't have to cook, as well as asking my mom to watch the kids on Saturday so he'd have a day off too. He works Monday through Thursday, so he didn't have to ask any time off work. The game release weekend was great. He took care of 90% of the kids' needs, and I was able to platinum the game Sunday afternoon. Last weekend, he mentioned offhand how I would be parenting solo this weekend and that he was looking forward to his time off while he plays the new Avatar game. I asked what he meant, and he said that since I got 3 days off to play Spider-Man, he would be doing the same for his games going forward. I told him that this is unfair. Jay was upset. I asked him why he didn't bother to ask me if I was okay doing this, and he said that he thought it was an obvious trade-off, that if I got 3 days off for my game releases, then he would too. I told him that it wasn't an obvious trade-off, and I'd be willing to do it for a few times a year, but asking me to go multiple weekends a month without his help at all was too much. He was pissed, and I left to go cool off. Oh, and he left to go cool off while I put the kids to bed. Since then, he's been shutting down whenever I try to bring it up and making loud sighs and passive-aggressive comments whenever anything about Spider-Man or gaming gets brought up. And I don't know if I'm being unfair by refusing to parent alone whenever a new game he wants to play comes out. So there's an edit at the end after this post was made. A lot of people seem to be confused about the multiple weekends thing, so I'll attempt to elaborate. After I asked him what he meant by what he said, he explained that because I took 3 days off of my game, it had set a precedent that he would be able to do the same for his new releases. He was not just asking to take this one weekend off to play the game. He was expecting to be able to take all future game release weekends off, which would be at least twice a month, if not more.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, I was just saying, do you want to change your mind there, or was it the same? So, yeah, at first I was like, when I read the title, I thought the same exact thing. It's only fair, like, hey, if you get to do it, why can't he? But obviously, she explains that he plays a lot more, likes to play.
It doesn't sound like she does this, like, seems like she's the first time she's ever done that.
Well, that's what it sounds like, yeah.
He plays all the time. But, I mean, I don't think you should be taking 3 days straight only playing a game like that anyways.
No, that's...
Like, I mean...
3 days straight without...
Even when you take 5-6 hours, that's a lot. It's a lot gone right there.
I know. 3 days straight is a long time, even if you don't have kids. And
I mean, I don't think the mom should have taken 3 days, but if that's what they both agreed to, then, you know.
If this was something she really wanted.
And that was, like I said, it sounds like it's the first time. But I mean, if the husband's saying he's going to do that for every new release game, no, I think it's a stupid thing to ask for that anyways, in general.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's like, hey, this game came out, I'm going to play this today.
I mean,
cool.
you've told me when you're like, hey, this game is coming out, I really want to play it.
But I didn't take a whole day.
No, you didn't. You just wanted me, literally asked, can I get on a little sooner in the evening before the kids go to bed?
Yeah, are you okay if I get on before the kids go to bed? Because usually if I'm on, it's when the kids are in bed. But hey, instead of getting on like at 9:30 tonight, are you okay if I get on at 7 tonight? Is that going to be okay?
No, and I have no problem with that.
If anything, it's usually a new game that I've been waiting for. And as long as you're... And the thing is, even if you say no, I'm not going to throw a fit about it.
No.
It's, okay, well, are you okay? You're still okay, though, tonight if I get on when the kids go to bed. Yeah, I don't care. It's fine. I'm tired. Okay, cool.
It happens most nights.
Yeah, but I mean, that's...
No, but I agree.
But
like
3 whole days.
3 whole days.
I mean...
And you have young... I mean... Okay, granted, let's see. I don't know.
1-year-old, it sound like, and
a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. Now I don't know if let's see. It was after her daughter, which was that was the 5-year-old, but the daughter was born on maternity leave. She'd play Spider-Man. When did Spider-Man Miles Morales come out?
Well, it's like 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Something like that.
Okay.
3 years ago.
So, and I don't know. Honestly, when she posted, this was a year ago that this was posted, but either way, whether she did have, well, it did say that the kids would be taken care of. So she had both kids at the time.
Yeah.
And that's a long time, 3 days with a little one. Both of them are little. And I get it. I get it. Moms need time off. We have 3 kids together, and that is a lot of work, and
I mean, 3 days straight's crazy. But hey, if you guys agree to it,
right?
You work it out, sure. If the husband's like, "Hey, I'm gonna play the next Last of Us. It's coming out. Comes out in December. I want to take that weekend off. Are you okay with it?" You know what? Yeah, I took this past weekend.
Yeah.
Off. Sure. You know what? I think it'll be okay, as long as you guys are communicating that.
I mean,
sure. But every two games a month,
3 weekends, twice a month.
Yeah, no,
or 3 days. Sorry, 3 days, twice a month.
No, I don't know. It seems wrong. I mean, I still think it's wrong taking 3 days straight, but
yeah, I mean, honestly, you need a healthy break. You need a healthy break and a time to get on and then get off. I mean, I don't get, like, if it was throughout the weekend, you really wanted to get on earlier, so you just tell your husband, like, hey, you know, can you watch the kids and put them to bed? I'm going to get on here, like, right after dinner, and I'm going to play this whole time. And I want to do that for the next couple of days so I can really work on them. But, like, maybe during the day, or what day is best that you're with your family still. Like, I will say that you need... I know there are people out there that these are their hobbies, and that's fine. Hobbies are fine. They are great to have, but you need to have a healthy balance, especially if you have a spouse and kids in the house with you, and you need to make sure that, you know, I get it. We all need a break. Mom needs that time. I would love to have a weekend, but I feel even guilty if I was like just leaving you with the kids to do my hobby, and then yeah, in that case, you just need to talk to your spouse and be like, if this is something we can do every once in a while.
Well, like I said, I still think 3 days is crazy. But
yeah, I mean, that's coming from you as someone who loves to do gaming. You are even saying that.
Yeah, but I mean, one, if they're communicating with the husband or wife, whichever one, and one says yes, it's okay, and they're okay with it, sure, whatever. If the other one says, can I do that too? I don't see why not, but, something that has to be communicated. But if you're saying, I'm going to buy 2 games every month, so 2 weekends, 6 days, I'm basically going to be gone. On the weekends where you spend more time with your family anyways. No. That's just, I think it's a dumb thing to expect and to ask, for one. But I just think it's wrong. But
for him to buy so many games, now I get it. That's their fun money, and she spends on other hobbies too for her thing.
I don't know. I don't buy that many games.
No, you don't. And even the ones that you would buy, of course, we'd look at the prices and be like, yee. And, we had to come together and be like, okay, you know what? Which one do you really want to play? Because it is the most crucial time to play it when it first comes out.
Or too many story games anyways.
So. Right.
Sounds like that's what he's wanting to do, more of story.
It must be. I mean, she's doing Spider-Man, and he must be, I don't know what he said, Avatar. So.
Yeah, I don't remember what kind of, I think it's a story game, or RPG. I don't know.
I have no idea. I grew up with the retro games, and that's all I stuck to. I never went far into that anymore. Because then when I got married to you, I just had you just do all the gaming. Mm-hmm. And I went back to just watching shows on my free time, mm-hmm. Which sounds like most typical wives and husbands who game, and wives with kids. We just spend our time watching shows to catch up on. So, like I said, a lot of these stories, I mean, you know how many times I went through so many Reddit stories. I had to skip through so many of them, and a lot of them was, am I the a-hole for playing games when my girlfriend or wife wants me to spend more time with them? And of course, you need to balance that. If you have important people in your life that you're with, or that they're living with you, or that they want to spend time with you, if you're going to have them in your lives, you got to have a healthy balance where you're with them, spending time with them, giving them attention, and then saving those hobbies for a time for yourself. And just be communicating whether, you want to get on, and they should respect you for the times. There's a time and a place for everything. So I've learned that with being married to you, and you've learned that with when we've had kids, that there's a time and a place to do the things that we personally want to do ourselves compared to the things that we should be doing before us. Our family and our kids and our house and other things should come, before our personal wants and needs. Personal wants, I guess. But, I've grown to, I do like it when you get to have your time. You talk to your guys and friends on there. And I think that's fine. I'm totally fine with you doing that, because I know how much you need to have that time to do that after having a long day at work. I like doing my own stuff, like watching my shows that I know you just love watching with me. Yeah. Are
you the one for me?
Okay,
Not
honestly,
today.
I've literally just gone into TV reality shows. I'm 30 years old, and I've literally just been open to how amazing and unwinding reality TV can be. Because this is the thing. When you're watching those, it's because you literally are like, oh my gosh, that is so stupid she did that. Or he should have done this. That is crazy. I can't believe it. Don't go for him, girl. It's like they have so much drama that you don't have in your life, and you're okay with that because you're just watching it.
I don't want that. That's why I don't have it.
I'm just like,
I want to watch someone else have it.
The reason I watch this, and the reason I'm even listening to Reddit stories a lot of times, is because, oh my word, that's there's so much drama, so much like craziness out there that is not a part of my life, and I am totally okay listening and watching that and not have it being a part of my life. I am boringly normal, and I'm okay with that. I love it. I love my boring, happy, loving life with my 3 kids and husband and 2 cats. That's just how it goes. So let's just keep that up, and hopefully we can entertain you with more stories here. I don't know if I'll have Justin on next week, if you guys, smash him in the comments and everything. So
come at me, bro.
he's
1v1
intense
me
at times. Man, he is so off one-sided at times. There, you saw a little bit of change on some of his answers, but yeah.
1v1 me.
So, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. So, okay. So, if you guys enjoyed that, we will be doing other themes in our episodes. So, today was about video games, and we'll have more all over the place. I just literally did video games at the last second because I asked him, what would you like to go over? And he's like, video games. And I'm like, great. I haven't looked any of those up.
Yeah, no love story Barbies.
There was one about someone being having a romance in his video game, and we can save that for later. So
nasty.
Yeah, I know those are crazy stories I kind of think of sometimes. So if you guys want to hear different types of themes, you guys can always let us know. For right now, we have our email at so it's the Reddit Randos at gmail.com. That is our email if you guys want to comment or just, have any suggestions or things that you want to say. Definitely, you can email us all the time and let us know. We'll have some social media sites up soon. Eventually, I'll let you guys know in probably the next episode if we have them up yet or not. But for right now, we're just going to start with our email. And, but yeah, you guys have I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and let us know if you like to listen more on this. But for right now, we'll talk to you later.
Toodaloos.
Bye-bye.